Have you ever felt like you've hit rock bottom? Like everything you've ever worked for, everything you've ever loved, has just vanished? I have. My name is Alex, and just a few years ago I thought my life was over. I had it all, or so I thought. A successful career I was proud of, a beautiful home, and a family that meant the world to me. I was living the dream. But in what felt like the blink of an eye, it all came crashing down. It started with my business. A series of bad deals and a shifting market left me in a financial hole I could unclimb out of. The stress was immense, and it began to poison everything else. The constant worry, the sleepless nights, it put an unbearable strain on my marriage. The arguments became more frequent, the silences longer. Eventually, the person I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with told me she couldn't do it anymore. And just like that, I was alone in an empty house, surrounded by the ghosts of a life I no longer had. I lost my business, my home, and my family. The shame and despair were suffocating. I felt like a complete failure. I isolated myself from friends, too embarrassed to admit how far I had fallen. Days blurred into a meaningless haze. I was adrift with no direction, no purpose, and absolutely no hope. I would just sit there, staring at the walls, wondering where it all went wrong. I questioned every decision I had ever made. What was the point of it all if it could be taken away so easily? One afternoon, at my lowest point, I found myself walking aimlessly through the city. I wasn't going anywhere in particular. I was just trying to escape the emptiness of my apartment. I passed by an old church, a place I hadn't stepped foot in since I was a child. Something I can't explain pulled me towards the doors. I went inside, not expecting anything, just seeking a moment of quiet. I sat in a back pew, surrounded by the silence and the soft light filtering through the stained glass windows. And for the first time in a very long time, I prayed. It wasn't a formal prayer. It was a desperate, broken cry for help. I poured out all my anger, my hurt, my confusion. I admitted I was lost and had no idea what to do. I laid it all out, holding nothing back. I didn't expect an answer. I didn't even know if anyone was listening. But in that silence, something shifted inside me. It wasn't a booming voice from the heavens or a sudden flash of light. It was a feeling, a gentle, quiet sense of peace that settled over my broken heart. It was a feeling that I wasn't alone. In that moment of complete surrender, I felt an overwhelming presence of love and acceptance. I realized that while I had lost everything I had built, I had found something I never knew I was missing, a connection to God. That day was the turning point. It wasn't an instant fix. The problems didn't magically disappear, but I had something new, hope. A foundation to rebuild my life on, but this time a foundation that couldn't be shaken by worldly failures. I started reading the Bible, finding stories of others who had faced their own giants and found strength in their faith. I joined a small group at that church and found a community of people who accepted me, brokenness and all. They didn't see me as a failure, they saw me as a brother. Slowly, piece by piece, I started to rebuild. I took a humble job, nothing like my old career, but it provided for my needs. I started to mend relationships, including with my children. I learned to find joy not in possessions or status, but in simple moments of grace. My life today doesn't look like the dream I had before, but it's more real, more fulfilling than I could have ever imagined. I lost everything I thought I wanted, only to gain everything I truly needed. If you're watching this and you feel like you're at rock bottom, please know you are not alone. When you feel like you have nothing left to lose, it might be the perfect opportunity to find the one thing that can never be taken away. Don't be afraid to reach out, to ask for help, to just sit in the quiet and speak from your heart. You might be surprised by who is listening. Thank you so much for watching and letting me share my story. Remember to subscribe for more content like this. God bless.